Sorry po tayo. Doc, first question ko po is yung effects po of eating too much salty, sweets, and fatty foods po.
First of all, since ang diabetes ang topic natin, no, what is diabetes? Okay? So, diabetes is a chronic metabolic disorder characterized by abnormal and or increased glucagon secretion and or decreased insulin secretion. Okay? So, which is eventually leading to insulin resistance. Okay? So, maraming causes ng diabetes. It can be parang namamana or genetic or it can be acquired. Okay? Pero sa ngayon, no, sa lifestyle ng mga tao, no, maraming fast foods, no, marami na ang nagkakaroon ng diabetes. In fact, ang sabi sa statistics, 500 person per day, no, develop diabetes worldwide. No? So, napakabilis. No? And almost by 2020 daw, the whole American population will be diabetic. No? Anong reason nito? No? Of course, katulad ng sinabi ko, lifestyle. Yung mga junk food, no? Fast food, no? Kasi karamihan na itong mga fast food at junk food contains high salt, high fats, no? And high sugar diet, no? Siyempre, para masarap, dadamihan ng asukal, at saka maraming mantika because it improves the palatability of the food, no? And then, yung salty naman, ang problema kasi, marami tayong food, lalo na yung mga preserved foods or yung mga canned goods, no? Mga pasteurized, tsaka mga yung tinatawag nating naka-pack foods, no, are high in salt. Kasi nga, that's the way to preserve the food. Kaya minsan mapapansin nyo, yung mga sardinas, mga tuna, or even corned beef, mga yan, nakalagay low salt, no? Less salt, o kaya less fat, no? Because they are also realizing that isa sa mga reason nung mga sakit natin ngayon is because of this mga easily prepared food, no? Kumbaga, kung gutom ka, no? Hindi katulad nung unang panahon, mangingisda ka muna para kumain, mangangahoy ka muna para kumuha ng pagkain. Ngayon, hindi. Pipindutin mo na lang or itatawag mo or ituturo mo na lang, andyan na yung pagkain, bubuksan mo na lang or pupunitin mo, andyan na yung pagkain. So, all these foods contains high salt, high sugar, and high fat diet. So anong nangyayari, no? Ang salt kasi, it increases blood sugar. Kasi meron tayong hormone, we call it the sodium glucose transferase, no? Channel sa my kidney, na the more salt you have, the more it increases your blood sugar level. Kaya eventually magkakaroon tayo ng mga gamot na that blocks, no, the absorption of sodium glucose channel in the kidney, no. Tapos so that's why high salt food can also increase your blood sugar. And then how about yung mga high fat diet, no? Since diabetes is a metabolic disease, no, itong mga fat na to, they are oxidizer. Pag sinabi mo oxidizer, mabilis silang mag-produce ng cell death, no? Kumbaga sa pangangalawang, no? So, yung mga fatty acids, they are oxidants, no? So, sinisira nila, dinadamage nila, and they promote or stimulates oxidation formation and mga radicals, no? Oxidizing radicals, no? And then, yung sugar, obviously, because, no, if you take a lot of sugar, you stimulate your insulin to lower down your blood sugar, no? However, no, continuous, persistent, repeated stimulation of your insulin with the presence of high glucose diet or high sugar diet will eventually lead to beta cell failure. Yung beta cell failure, the beta cell is in the pancreas where it's are responsible for the secretion of insulin. Eventually, you will have insulin deficiency and eventually insulin resistance, and thus increases your blood sugar level.
Yung ano po, common signs and symptoms po for having such disease po.
Okay, sa diabetes, yung tinatawag namin 3Ps, polyuria, polydipsia, polyphagia. Polyuria, laging inom ng inom. Tapos, polyuria, laging ihi ng ihi. Kasi naman, laging uhaw, no? Inom ng inom, polydipsia. And then, polyphagia, kain ng kain, pero hindi naman nabubusog. And aside from these 3Ps, nagkakaroon ng weight loss. That is very, very common sa mga patient with diabetes. No? Pero, actually, initially, ang diabetes are asymptomatic. Wala kang mararamdaman, no? Usually routine, no? Itong mga sinasabi kong signs and symptoms are only if there is sudden, abrupt increase ng blood sugar. And if kung hindi na kayang ma-contain or eventually it leads to a parang chronic, long-standing increase ng blood sugar level. Pero initially, walang nararamdaman. Okay? So, actually, sa diabetes, no, to categorize the patient as diabetes, he or she should have a fasting blood sugar of more or equal to 126 or a random blood sugar of more or equal to 200 in the presence of signs and symptoms. Okay? Tapos, ang normal blood sugar ngayon is below 100, no? So, blood sugar between 101 to 125 are called impaired fasting glucose. Pero sa impaired, no, 1/3 may revert back to normal, 1/3 will remain as impaired, and 1/3 will revert to obvious diabetes. No? Kaya kung may nakikita tayo sa clinic na nasa impaired stage, no, 101, 102, we usually advise, no, na diet and of course metformin kaagad because it's an initial treatment for patient with impaired and with diabetes. No? Of course, kasi importante lifestyle change. No? So, yun ang common signs and symptoms. No? Pero yung mga with complications na like hindi na gumagaling ang sugat, nabubulok na yung namamanhid na, malamang long-standing na itong mga to. Hindi nga lang alam ng patient, no? Nanlalabo na ang mata. Sa mga lalaki, minsan hindi na tinatayuan. Yung sexual reproduction nila affected, no? Sexual capacity to perform, no? Affected, no? That's the only, no? O yung iba naman, na-stroke, na heart attack, saka lang nalalaman, o kaya nagkapigsa ng sangkatutak, saka na lang nalalaman na diabetic sila. Pero sa totoo lang, matagal na yon, hindi lang nila pinapansin. And kung hindi lang nagkaganon, saka doon lang nila nalaman. Pero not because doon lang nagkaroon yung diabetes, but because long-standing na yung diabetes, may nagsisimula ng komplikasyon.
Yung mga prevention and management po for pag may disease na, pag may diabetes na.
Okay. Actually, lagi kong sinasabi ito, an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. So, syempre, no, bakit ba dumadami ang diabetes, no? Kasi nga sa lifestyle. So, we have to modify our lifestyle. Dapat, yung mga parents na diabetic, dapat at an early age ng mga anak nila, tinuturuan nila na ng proper lifestyle. Because, whether they like it or not, their children will eventually end up having diabetes, no? So, at doon naman sa wala, no, syempre, ayaw mo naman magkaroon. So, of course, lifestyle change talaga. We should always increase our physical activity, no? exercise at least 3 times a week, 30 minutes a day, no? And then, dapat, yun na nga, we should observe the food pyramid guide for Filipinos, no? So, if we rate our plate, no, it should be 60% carb, but it should be complex carbohydrates, no? And then, 30, sorry. So, 50%, no? 40 to 50% carb, no? And then, 15%, no? 35% should be protein. And then, pakidelete mo nga yan. Sorry. Saan ba yung food pyramid ko? Teka ha.